Hey everyone, it's Adrian from Genie Magazine, and I'm here with Alicia Van Schoonhoven. Did I say that right, Alicia?
Yes, you did. Thanks, Adrian.
Okay, so Alicia, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
That's all right. Now, I just have in front of me, forgive me by looking down, I have a few of your accomplishments here. Well, I'll start off with this. It's the phrase that you've put for, I don't know if it's for Miss Grand Australia, which is a pageant, and you've got the finals coming up in Sydney at the end of this week. But I thought your phrase here was really interesting. So I hope my legacy to be the difference in the lives I've touched. I hope that my ongoing charity work and commitment is valuable in making a difference in the world, and I am remembered for my passion in helping others. Alicia obviously is very accomplished. She's a model, face of Next Models Academy. Some of your pageant accomplishments: Miss Grand Australia, Miss Supranational Australia national finalist this year, so that's coming at the end of this week. Miss Global Australia third runner-up and Best in Interview 2015. Miss Galaxy Australia top 10 back in 2015. Miss World Australia top 30 national finalist back in 2013. She's just come back also from a leadership symposium. It was in Vietnam, wasn't it?
Yes, it was held in Hanoi, Vietnam.
Right, and she's currently studying a very interesting one, health science, but with a major in health promotion and a minor in addiction studies. So there's a lot of accomplishments there. Maybe we start with, let's start with the pageant that's coming up at the end of this week. You're in the finals, and if I read correctly, this is the first time you wrote within, I think, about 13 months that you've actually been on stage. So has it been 13 months since you last competed in a pageant?
Yes, so my last pageant was Miss Global Australia last year in June. So it's been quite a while since I've been on stage, but I'm very excited to get back into it.
Right. What do pageants mean for you? Because I've spoken to a couple of, I've spoken to Juliana Nicholas and Tasha Ross, and for them it's not obviously just the pageant and getting dressed up. It's nice, but for them it's something else. What do pageants mean for you?
Yeah. Well, pageants to me are a lot more than, getting up on stage and looking beautiful on stage. I think a lot of people who don't know much about pageants or haven't been exposed to the pageant scene, they don't really know what it's about and what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I'm very involved in my community. I do a lot of work with charity, raise money, hold fundraising events. And I've tied that into my pageant career because I think being involved in a pageant can help you to raise awareness about different issues and about different organisations, and it can be used as a platform to make a difference.
So for you, it's a chance really to get a platform and spread the message that you're passionate about.
Yeah, exactly right. I think it's a fantastic way. I mean, you're in the public eye, and a lot of the pageants are very community based, so they encourage you to get out in your community and do something good for the world.
Yeah. This one that's coming up that you're in the finals for, it's a bit unusual. Maybe you can help me out. There are two pageants, right? But they're happening kind of at the same time. So there's Miss Grand Australia and then there's Miss Supranational. What's the difference, and how does it have sort of two crowns at the same time?
Yes. So it's one pageant, well, two different pageants held as one. So there's only one national final. And I believe there's about 20 national finalists from Australia competing for both crowns. So basically, there's two opportunities to win a title. So the winner of Miss Grand Australia goes to Las Vegas, I believe it's in October, to compete in the international final. And Miss Supranational goes to Poland in December to compete in the international finals.
Those are two quite different destinations.
Yes, they are.
Are the two crowns awarded for different ideals?
Yes, so there's two different title winners, and they select the girls who they think would best represent each title.
Right, okay. And what is involved in preparing for the finals? I mean, what can you do in order to prepare for this big thing that's coming up?
I can tell you now, it's a lot of work, a lot of preparations. For me, I think it's really important to be a healthy role model. So for me, I'm quite healthy with my eating habits and exercise and everything else, but the last few weeks I've really been looking after myself, making sure I'm eating the right foods, looking after my health and exercising.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really important that the title holder is a healthy role model for young women. There's lots of women who ideal to them and aspire to them, so they should be as healthy as they can be.
Definitely.
So that's a big aspect of it for me. But I've also been reaching out to local businesses in my community to gain their support. So I have a few businesses behind me sponsoring me. So I have Confetti Occasion sponsoring my evening gown, Diamond Heels sponsoring my shoes, Red Carpet Hair Extensions sponsoring my hair extensions.
I saw that on Instagram.
Yes. And then I also have Saxy Boutique, Oxford Bridal and Wasp Paintball. So it's really fantastic that I've got the support from these businesses. Basically, I'm working alongside them to promote their business in any way I can, and they're obviously supporting me in my journey to Miss Grand Australia or Miss Supranational Australia.
I did want to ask you about Wasp Paintball, because you sort of go, dress and then heels and then hair extension, then you go boom, paintball.
Yeah.
That's slightly. I mean, I imagine you probably don't want to have a game of paintball right before you hit the pageant runway, right?
Yeah, I'm actually, this weekend is obviously the finals for Miss Grand Australia, Miss Supranational Australia. I'm actually missing out on a big paintball challenge at Wasp Paintball on Saturday. So
I saw that. Are you a keen paintballer, are you?
I've played a few times. I wouldn't say I'm a regular, but I've played it before. It's fun, so.
It hurts.
Oh, it does, yes.
When you get hurt, from what I remember, especially when you get hit in the head, it really, really hurts.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've played, because last time I got a massive bruise on my arm.
Probably not ideal just before you hit finals.
No.
Can we go back to the phrase? It's a really interesting phrase you have here, with the legacy to be the difference in the lives you've touched. Where did that phrase sort of come from? What does it reflect about you as a person?
Yeah, the phrase, I think when I provided that answer, I was thinking about who I am and what I'm all about. So as I said before, pageants for me are more than getting up on stage and looking beautiful in an amazing evening gown. To me, I'm very involved in my community. I think I've worked with it was about 25 different organisations in the last 3 years.
Wow, okay.
There's 2 that I work with on a regular basis, and I hold biggest morning tea for Cancer Council every year as well. So to me, I want to be remembered. A lot of people who know me know that I'm a pageant girl and I'm involved in many pageants, but I want to be remembered for more than just being a pretty girl in a pageant. I want to be remembered for the work I've done and the difference I've made in my community.
I think that's an important thing to sort of pick up on. It sounds to you, and this is what I like, is that the charity work is part of who you are. It's not something that you do just for the pageant. It's almost the other way around. Charity comes first, and the pageant, if I'm reading this right, is just a neat platform to help you spread that message.
Absolutely. I mean, even when I'm not doing a pageant, I'm still doing volunteer work. I volunteer my time on a weekly basis at a local organisation called Food Rescue. So I go into their warehouse every week, and they receive donations of fruit and vegetables, and basically I help to pack boxes that then go out to charities across WA.
What was your first charity experience, or maybe how did you get involved in charity to begin with?
Well, I always want to be involved I always want to volunteer my time, and I never knew where to start. It's always so difficult I think it's something you've really got to look for. There's so many opportunities out there, but I don't think many people know about all the opportunities there actually are until they start looking. Yeah. For me, it was actually when I became involved in Miss World Australia in 2013. We were encouraged to fundraise for some organisations. So that included the Children's First Foundation, Variety, and the Leela Foundation. So that was sort of my first exposure, I guess, to fundraising money for organisations and working closely with them. And then after that, I started being involved in other different organisations within my local community and supporting the organisations that the pageants I was involved in supported as well.
Mm.
And a couple of years ago as well, my family was affected by cancer. So that's why I started hosting Biggest Morning Teas for Cancer Council as well.
That's definitely a great organisation to support. Let's shift a little bit and let's talk about this symposium that you went to. I don't know if I've got the right one here. It's Humanitarian Affairs University Scholars Leadership Symposium. Is that the right one?
Yes, that's correct.
And I looked it up on Facebook, and you were in the elite team. Is that sort of the team that is responsible for organising it behind the scenes?
Yes. So I was actually awarded a scholarship through my university to attend to be a delegate at the symposium. So there was 5 people selected from my university, and so it's a week-long symposium. Basically, it's about they have many inspiring speakers from all over the world talking about different world issues and how we can step up as leaders and take action to address those issues. So I was very excited to be selected from my university to go as a delegate. But then I actually received an email from the organisers of the event, and they asked me to be a leader of the event and help run it and organise it.
Right.
So I was already excited, and then I found that out, and I was absolutely
more excited.
Yeah, it was incredible. So I think there was about 12 or 13 of us that were selected as leaders from about 700 delegates.
Yeah.
So that was an incredible opportunity for me to be involved in.
I just want to get over the fact that there are 700 delegates. This is not one little bitty conference.
No.
This is huge.
Yes, there was about 69 different countries represented.
Wow. Can you give us an idea sort of who you met, who inspired you, the friendships you made, and what it was like being over there?
Yeah, it was an absolutely incredible experience.
I know it's difficult to sort of just encapsulate it in a sentence, but try and give us an idea of what it was like.
Yeah, it's so hard to give you a brief on the whole week. It was an absolutely massive week. Basically, we learned about topics, really, really in-depth topics such as refugees, human trafficking, poverty, all issues that we all face all around the world. My favourite speaker that was there was actually an Australian woman, Geraldine Cox, who works in Cambodia with children. So she has an orphanage over there and she does absolutely incredible work. There was also leadership workshops and lots of networking opportunities as well. So we really got an opportunity to talk to so many people from different countries and what they were planning to do and how they want to make a difference in the world. But they also asked me to host the closing ceremony of the event. So when I was younger, I was such a shy little girl, the type of girl that would hide behind my mum's legs and wouldn't talk to anyone. So I've come a long way since then. I think the turning point for me was when I started pageants, because public speaking and interviews are such a big aspect of the pageant world. And as you mentioned before as well, I was awarded the Best Interview at Miss Global Australia. So that was absolutely incredible for me to be awarded that. And at the symposium, when I was asked to host the closing ceremony, I was ecstatic. I was nervous, but I can't believe I was given that opportunity to speak in front of 700 people from 69 different countries and close this international conference.
You said you've come a long way. Obviously, you have, from hiding behind your mum's legs to delivering public speaking in front of 700 people. So the pageant really must have helped with that, because a lot of people are terrified of public speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Like they will freeze.
Yes,
they'd rather die than speak. So how did you get over that? Because I know a lot of young people want to be more confident and want to be able to speak better. How did you manage that? Because that's a huge improvement.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's all about practice. You can never get better at something unless you practice. And for me, that was exactly what helped me to improve my public speaking and interview skills. I think from getting into pageants, I was sort of pushed into the pressure of public speaking. It was a big part of the pageant world, so I had to improve.
Choice, do you?
Yeah, exactly right. But I think public speaking can be such a daunting thing for anyone. And for me, I mean, asked me 5 years ago, I would have said absolutely not. I'm not going to public speak. Don't get me in front of a crowd. There's no way. But now it makes me excited. I actually did an interview the other day, and when they asked me about which aspect of the pageant I'm most excited for, I said the interview section, which
this is a big turnaround.
surprised me, yeah.
A lot of people, I don't know if it's still the same now, but I'm sure you're well aware the biggest fear is public speaking on top of death. So a lot of people would rather die than have to speak publicly, and you've done it in front of 700 people, which is, I mean, what does that feel like? I've spoken in front of some audiences, but 700 people.
Scary.
Yeah?
It's scary, but I felt absolutely amazing afterwards. It was a really big accomplishment for me, and amazing preparation for the pageant coming up as well.
Definitely. Well, that sounds amazing. I mean, well done.
Thank you.
I get the idea, just doing my research, I get the idea that you like traveling. Is that?
I do, yes.
So you just, if I'm reading this right, you just got back from Greece, but that was for your birthday.
Yes.
Then a year ago you were somewhere else, and then one of your Instagram posts was, well, what I like apart from traveling, thinking about traveling, reading about all this stuff. Where did you get this traveling bug from?
I think Vietnam was about my 22nd country that I've visited. So in the last
give you an idea, you're 21, right?
Yes.
So you're averaging more than one a year at least, so that's a lot. So your passport must be pretty packed.
Yeah, it's almost falling apart.
What do you love about traveling?
I love experiencing new cultures and seeing new places, learning new things, and I've really met some amazing people along my travels. Last year I did a tour around Europe, and I met so many incredible people. I mean, on my tour there was probably about 90% Australians, but there were a few other people from a few other different countries, and it was really incredible to travel Europe with them as well. At the beginning of the year, I actually went over to South Africa as well.
Wow.
I visited some friends over there. And then as you said, I went to Greece for my birthday, did an island hopping tour, and then I've just come back from Vietnam. So, yeah, I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to travel as much as I do.
I won't ask you to name all your countries that you've been to because I think that would take too much time. But can I ask, are there any countries that you haven't been to that you have on your list?
Oh, there's lots.
If you were able to jump on a plane right now and you could go anywhere, which country or maybe which 2 or 3 countries would head that list?
Ooh, I don't know. I have so many more countries on my list.
It sounds like you've been
it's a difficult one.
Have you been at least to sort of once at least to every continent? I mean, you've been to Asia, you've been to Europe, you've been to Africa. I'm assuming you've been to America, South America?
Not actually. South America is probably where I would go next. I'll actually probably be going to the US hopefully next year. My dad's actually American, so I have family over there.
Right.
But I've been to every other continent since I last went there, so I think I need to go and visit my family. It's been almost 11 years.
Wow.
Since I've seen them, so I think I'll probably be going over there next year, hopefully.
You definitely sound well-traveled. Can we talk a little bit about your study? This is really fascinating to me, the health science, but a major in health promotion and a minor in addiction studies. Tell us what's actually involved in that. I've never heard of a degree that sounds so sort of relevant.
So, I'll give you a bit of background information about me and how I actually fell into health promotion and addiction studies. I graduated school, and there's a lot of pressure on you in year 11 and 12 to get a good score and to get into a good university, doing a good degree. And I finished year 12 and I had no idea what I wanted to do. And it stressed me out, to be honest. All my friends knew what they wanted to do. They had a goal in sight, and I was lost.
Yeah.
And I actually told my parents that I was going to go and study business. And I got into business, and it was coming closer to the start day of the year. And my mum could tell that I didn't didn't really want to study business, so I was
Yeah.
just going for the sake of going. It was what I thought was a good degree, a relevant degree, and would lead to many opportunities. So I sat down with Mum, and she actually told me, if it's not what you want to do, don't go for the sake of going. You can work, you can do so many other things. Don't feel pressured to go. So I actually ended up deferring for 6 months and thought I would think about it again and then go to uni. But at the end of it, I actually deferred for 1 year, and then I ended up finding out about the health science degree. So I've always had a passion for helping people, and I've got a general interest in health and well-being. So that was my mindset when I selected my health promotion major.
Right.
And then I find the addiction studies, which is the study of drugs and alcohol, how people become addicted and how to help people who have an addiction. Yeah, for me, when I started my studies, it was genuinely because I wanted to help other people, and I thought, well, what's better than health promotion? You're promoting health and helping people to live healthier lives.
Definitely.
And then the addiction side of it is helping people who have become addicted to drugs and alcohol and may not know how to get out of that.
Yeah, and it's a big problem for our society. Can I ask what sort of career are you thinking of once you finish your studies?
To be honest, I'm not exactly sure. I'm the type of person that sort of goes with the flow, and I'm open to anything that comes my way. I just want to be able to help other people, and like I said, I'm open to any opportunity that comes my way once I graduate.
If people wanted to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
Yes, so you can follow my journey on Facebook at www.facebook.com/AliciaJVS. And then you can also find me on Instagram at AliciaJVS.
Fantastic. Easy. All right. Well, let's go towards the close. And I finish my interviews with the same 10 questions every time. So the first question is, what is your favorite word?
Awesome.
I think someone's actually given that answer before.
Oh, really?
No, it's all right. I'm just always curious to go, okay, noticing any patterns. All right, so what is your least favorite word?
Slither.
That's
It
unusual.
reminds me of a snake, and I hate snakes.
What about number 3? What turns you on spiritually, creatively?
Music.
Oh, nice. What sort of music do you listen to?
Anything. I love people like Michael Bublé, John Mayer, but then I love pop music like Taylor Swift and R&B music. Yeah, I listen to all sorts of music.
That's a big selection.
Yeah.
What about what turns you off?
Rudeness.
I think Dasha Ross said negative or mean people, so that's it's kind of a common thread.
Yeah.
Okay, what sound or noise do you love?
The ocean.
That one's a common one. That wasn't.
Yeah.
What about what sound or noise do you hate?
Oh, the chalkboard. The nails on the chalkboard.
I have an issue
hate
with
that.
this. People give me that. People say that answer, but I mean, you're only 21. Do they even have chalkboards in school anymore?
Yes. Well, no. In my primary school, they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not probably not anymore. Not
No.
when I was in high school, but definitely when I was in primary school.
Okay.
I hate that noise.
I can see that. You're still doing like this. All right. Sorry to make you think about that. If you were throwing a dinner party and you can invite any 3 guests, alive or living or dead,
Ooh.
who would you invite?
Well, at the moment, I'm feeling really inspired from Geraldine Cox.
I figured.
So I think, she would be probably on the top of my guest list.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Diana. She's someone who's always inspired me as well. Who else?
Got one more spot.
Michael Bublé.
That'll be a very interesting dinner conversation at that one. What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt, or what career would you like to attempt?
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I always had trouble trying to work out what I wanted to do.
What about this one though? What profession other than your own would you definitely not like to attempt?
Well, I have a lot of respect for this profession, but I don't think I could do it. And that's actually nursing. And there was actually a stage where I did want to do it, and then I've changed my mind, and it's yeah,
If you're talking about thankless, underpaid jobs, I mean, nursing
yeah.
has, I mean, I have huge respect, similar to you.
Mm.
They really help people.
Yeah, I have so much respect for
Tough.
them, but I don't think it's a job I could do myself.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it either. All right, so final question then. If God exists, what would you like to hear him or her say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You're remembered for your ongoing charity work and passion.
You had no problems answering that question. That's the one that stopped most people. Look, thank you so much for your time, and obviously good luck for the finals coming up.
Thank
And
you.
it's obvious that you're a very generous and genuine and caring person, and the pageants just happen to give you a platform to do what you're passionate about. And I'm still amazed that you went from someone who was hiding behind her mum's legs to someone who's able to speak publicly in front of 700 people. I mean, after you do that, the pageant, you got it in the bag, right? I mean, the pageant should be super easy.
Well, we'll see. There's some amazing girls in the pageant this year, so
Yeah,
yeah,
you
we'll
look good.
see.
They all seem amazing. So,
Mm.
well, good luck anyway.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And thanks so much for chatting to us. And I will speak to everyone soon.